Hello everybody, this is Helium Lemon 15 and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. We're in the Stone Tower Temple and this is part 84. I am pretty frazzled right now. This week has been insane and it will be remembered in American and world history, just as a general, as one of the weirdest weeks ever. And for my part of the situation, I am in college, and my school, like many others, has moved to use Zoom for the rest of the semester, which is a good show, by the way. Zoom is a good show. Grew up watching that show, as well as Cyber Chase and Fetch with Rough Ruffman, and Between the Lions, and Learn to Read with Wally Amos. So my mom always likes to make a point that I was watching Learn to Read, which is a show for like illiterate adults, but I was like watching that when I was like pretty young kid. Yeah, you can see that this is post commentary, and some of these Armos, I always forget how to kill these Armos. But yeah, you shoot them with a light arrow, and then you bait them to curb stomp you by running under them. Forget what curb stomp means. I feel like it's a ghetto, like you say you curb stomp someone if you're like skateboarding or something. I don't know, but we've still got about a quarter of the temple to explore. Not that it's necessarily new rooms, but we're exploring them upside down for the first time. We're pretty far along with the stray fairies. I think we're up to well, I would say we're up to 9 by now, but I'm not sure about that. Again, this is post-commentary, and it's literally this footage is 2 weeks old. Yeah, I'm a little bit frazzled. Life is kind of changing very rapidly, and just everybody in America and in Europe should do their best to stay calm, obviously, but stay sane and take the necessary precautions. And our administration is stupid, and I'm glad to see that China is healthy now, but like why couldn't we have just had a better administration so that we can face a crisis when a crisis like this actually does occur? I don't know. I shouldn't get too negative while I'm doing post-commentary for this game, and I'll probably just get really distracted. But I won't be able to record from my Wii or my Wii U or anything like that for a while, because half of the house is still technically a quarantine area, and I could talk about that, but that's probably too personal to talk about on this channel. But anyway, yeah, that's happening, and that's part of the reason why things just feel very different for me. Very, very different. Also, once you've unlocked that chest, you can go to, would this guy quit stomping me? It's getting annoying. Quit touching me. Anyway. Yeah, that little ramp up there. It's cool how we're in the first room, the very first room of the temple, and you go to that one little ramp there, and it leads to the boss room, or whatever, the room before the boss. Yeah, this temple is a pretty cool temple. I have to say that I did not understand it that well, but now, like, editing this and like watching this and using walkthroughs, I now understand it to a point where I feel pretty confident about it. Like I feel with most temples in Ocarina of Time, except for the water temple, I still have no confidence at all when it comes to the water temple, and that's partly because I've heard rumors that, like, if you get the keys in the wrong order, then, like, you're permanently screwed or something. But, anyway, at one point I thought, like if you had opened a chest, but then you go back and you flip the temple upside down and you go back, it will show like a closed chest, and like no matter what. But that's apparently not true. Apparently the N64 could handle that much information, which like I thought that was what the case was, just the N64 couldn't handle that amount of information. But whatever. I want to go back and rewatch Donkey Kong 64. That's a cool game. So is Secret of Evermore, and like I have the same like dozen games or whatever that I just enjoy watching, or I don't know. That makes it sound like my taste in games is not diverse, which it is. I mean, but I do generally tend towards classic Nintendo games, and also like quirky, off the wall, artsy games that make you think, games that aren't like big blockbuster games. Like I don't know if this counts as the rule for that, but like it's a little different because this game came out in 2000 and then I didn't end up playing it until 2012. Burpazoid, excuse me, and we're coming up on the mini boss, which I hate. This mini boss is a jerk and he needs to go home and change his diapers. So yeah, this is the second mini boss of the Stone Tower Temple. Gomess. And he's like this Grim Reaper kind of guy with like 3 dozen bats swarming around him. And I am recording in a strange place, so I feel like the acoustics are all different. I won't talk about that right now. That's too complicated. But yeah, this mini boss was very, very annoying, and I just have the feeling like he gets right on top of you, and then it's very hard to escape him, because like he's just like, when he starts like sweeping you with that scythe, it's just, he's so fast that it's hard to get away from him in time. And you have to use the light arrows because the bats are blocking the thing. Like basically like you have to hit that like light orb in the center of his body. And I don't know, this guy's just like annoying. Like he's like a nice Halloween mini boss, but he's very annoying, and as you can see, I didn't know the best strategy for fighting him, and I got my health drained pretty quickly. Also, I still don't know that if you can damage him like in this phase when the room turns red and he waves, like he has his arms up in the sky. It's like, I am the conjurer. He's just like sending his bats out basically. I don't know if you can do any damage to him in that phase. But yeah, yeah, whatever. He's just annoying. I'm not a personal fan of him. They have a lot of mini bosses in this temple if you think about it. Like 2 Igors, a Wizrobe, the Garo Master, and Gomess. Like, no wonder this temple is so hard. They you know. Anyway, they give it a really like weird mechanic. They make it so time-consuming to just like flip the temple right side up, get back in it, flip the temple upside down, get back in it. They make the freaking Elegy of Emptiness really time-consuming. I don't know. It's a good temple, but like, hot dog, like it can be pretty annoying at times. Anyway, hopefully this mini boss is almost done. Yeah, and today is March 16th. Like, I started recording this like maybe 2 days ago, but like just recording the post commentary took me like 2 days. Like, don't ask why. But today is Monday the 16th of March 2020. I had my first day back to class after my spring break, and because of the coronavirus, of course, it was an online class, which was pretty fun. I mean, I feel like after the first couple of weeks, like the novelty of like, ooh, this is online class, this is kind of silly, will wear off a little bit. I don't know. It's just, it's fun. Today was kind of fun. I thought it was silly. But yesterday, just kind of trying to take the day off, have a day of Sabbath, you know, as it were, and went on Steam, of course. I'm always talking about these random games that I'm playing on Steam. Went on Steam, beat Birdgut. The ending of Birdgut is very mouse heavy because you use your mouse to fire a gun. So like I actually had to get out my Logitech USB mouse, which I rarely use. I never use it except for like random Steam games where I have to use the mouse for something, which is because like you can't like move and jump using spacebar and then use the mouse. Like you constantly have to move your hands back and forth, so you can only do a couple things at once. But the ending of Birdgut was pretty epic. There's just like an onslaught of all these different bugs, like, and then there's like a giant mantis at the end. It's like the combination, like Birdgut, if you haven't heard of it, it's a free game on Steam, but just like the combination of the kind of like cartoony black and white aesthetic with like all these weird bugs, and like the fact that literally like the game is about a journey through a bird's intestine is like such a interesting combination. Anyway, the ending was really epic. I enjoyed it. It was very frustrating. I died to like that stupid mantis boss like probably 25 times, but I was just like, you know what? I'm beating this game because I'm determined to do it, and then I beat another. Well, it was admittedly pretty short. It was like, it's called Backbone Prologue. Apparently, you know, it's like the full game is Backbone. It's kind of like a pixel art-ish noir detective story game kind of thing, except like like the main character is a raccoon and all the characters are like foxes and weasels and bears, woodland animals, basically. So I got to the end of the prologue, which was, okay, spoiler alert, but he like finds a body and then he pukes. It was like, I don't know, just like with the game's kind of black humor, it was just a really interesting moment. Now that the temple's flipped right side up, we can finally get this chest. So you have to flip the temple up and down a couple times in order to get all of the stray fairies. And at this point, things are just kind of going to skip around as I look for all the different fairies. Let's see. I actually don't remember how I edited this. Okay, yeah. I edited this so that we would end up in this room, which is a fun room. And now that I finally have the light arrows, I apparently could do some of this stuff earlier using the blast mask or bombs or stuff or hookshot or stuff. I don't know. I didn't know about it, but now we can use the light arrows and get this thing over here. Hello, sunblock. And it's like, oh man, this is just rupees, but like, yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. Wow, what a jerk. I bomb him and then he bombs me. It's almost like show business. No, I don't know. A freaking jerk. Oh, you know who's a jerk is like those turrets in Metroid Prime. I will always hate the turrets in Metroid Prime, but that's a game that Oh yeah, I can go back to playing Wii and Wii U stuff now because my dad got his tests back today. He tested negative for the coronavirus, so he's negative, and that's good. So he's no longer in quarantine, so I can go back and play Wii. But I'm still kind of enjoying, you know, like getting to play the Steam games that I haven't played enough. I was gonna play. I've had Don't Starve on my computer for like months probably, and I haven't touched it. Probably because I'm not used to playing that kind of game, especially like MMO games. I still have a just like stance that I'm anti MMO games because they're not enough of an artistic experience for me, or however you want to define it. I don't know, I was telling my friend yesterday that I like a game that you can sit down and experience it from beginning to end like a movie. You know, I think that's what I really like. Like, I don't know, I just like a good experience, a good world to immerse yourself in. In any case, we're gonna get this stray fairy over here. This is number 10, I believe. And I will see you on next episode of Majora's Mask, where we'll hopefully make more progress on the Stone Tower Temple. See you guys then. Have a good day. Stay safe. Stay healthy.